What's up, Fragrant World? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about all things, everything.
Todas las cosas.
Fragrance related. If you have any interest in that kind of content, you are in the right place, I assure you. Please hit that subscribe button, which costs you nothing. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And please hit the like button if you do like this kind of content, because it really helps with my visibility across YouTube. Thank you so much in advance. Today we're talking about fragrances that are going to turn heads. They're going to get people's attention. People may not say anything because these fragrances can be a little intimidating, but they are undeniably pleasant and alluring. But don't be surprised if people do ask you what you're wearing, because these 10 fragrances I'm talking about here never cease to, I think, really captivate people around you. I'm at least speaking for myself here. So I hope you find something that you like or you're interested in this list. And at the end of the video, I would love to know what fragrances in your collection you feel like really turn heads. It doesn't have to be just the heads of strangers. It could also be people you actually know and care about, people in your life. So with all that being said, let's jump into the list. Now here at number 10, this is a perfectly unisex fragrance. Man, I love this stuff. This is my current favorite from the house of Michael Malul, London. This is called Citizen Jack Absolute. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is definitely one of their best sellers. And for that reason, I think they're kind of running low on stock, but they might be getting some more maybe in March. I think I heard that through the grapevine. But this is a gorgeous, kind of rich, sweet, vanillic, fruity fragrance. You have a nice dose of pineapple in here. You do have some vanilla. You even have a little bit of melon. There's a warm amber note in here. It doesn't really smell like the bottle. You wouldn't think it would smell the way it does by looking at this bottle, but good Lord, is this gorgeous. It's kind of soft and sweet and enveloping, but there's something about it that when it lingers in the air, when it passes people, they're going to want to know what the heck they just smelled. I'm going to link to them down below. They might have some left once again, but if not, then they will be getting some shortly, I'm pretty sure. That is Citizen Jack Absolute. Okay, up next, this is coming from the house of Paco Rabanne. And this is a favorite of many for sure, myself included. This is called 1 Million Prive. This is kind of the black sheep in the collection, because none of them are really quite as sophisticated as this one. It really stands out for that reason. It is sweet, kind of spicy. People often say it has this very apple pie, like warm apple pie with vanilla kind of vibe. I totally get that. It comes off ambery, kind of has like a tobacco feel to it. Again, sweet, maybe a little bit spicy, just very inviting, just very welcoming. And I think it is pretty versatile. You could wear this casually, but I would tend to wear this one at night because of its sweetness, and especially if you do dress it up. Head turner for sure. Maybe not in the most elegant way, but definitely in a very interesting way. That is 1 Million Prive from Paco Rabanne. Okay, this fragrance could have been included here. This is number 8. This one could have been included in one of my previous videos talking about unique fragrances. Fragrances that make you stand out, to make you smell different from everybody else. These are not intended to be the most unique fragrances, quite like that video, but this one kind of straddles the line. This could have been there too. This is coming from Jovoy. This is a powerhouse, like many of them are in the house, and this is called Incident Diplomatique, a vetiver-based scent, also based on some patchouli. Oh my goodness. A polarizing fragrance. Earthy, kind of ashy, a little smoky. It has a very strange, slight, subtle sweetness in there. And to me, has this kind of like wet, boozy aspect to it. Not the most appealing scent to everyone, but if you wear it on your skin, and again, you wear it out and you dress it up, it will turn heads. Again, people may not say anything to you about this, but they're gonna notice it, and it's gonna have a wow factor. It's going to affect how they want to engage with you in conversation or what have you. I definitely recommend sampling this if you haven't already. I'm gonna link to all these fragrances down below, and maybe I'll try to find a way that you can sample this one. This was actually a gift from a very good friend of mine, Frederick. So if you're watching, Frederick, once again, thank you so much. You changed my life with this one. I already loved it. I had already sampled it and fell in love with it, and I appreciate you surprising me with this full bottle. So anyway, Incident Diplomatique, definitely worth checking out. All right, real quick, wanted to take a second to make a very, very special and exciting announcement. I started a newsletter. It's not that big of a deal, but it did take a lot of work behind the scenes. I had some good friends help me out so much, and I could not have done it without them. But if you want to take a little bit of a deeper dive into some behind the scenes aspects of my creation for content on this channel, on Instagram and things like that, and maybe even get some access to some more exclusive discounts and deals with brands that I'm working with, check out the newsletter. I'm going to link it down below. You can just sign up with your email. I'm not going to bombard you with a whole bunch of stuff. You'll get something every now and then giving you some updates on what I'm smelling, what I'm loving. Again, maybe some behind the scenes content of maybe some of my fragrance photo shoots I do for Instagram, or even behind the scenes of me filming some of my videos. This is separate from my Patreon. That is more geared towards my time, you actually engaging with me behind the scenes. If you want to check that out, you can do so. But the newsletter, if you want to check it out, again, is completely free. You don't pay to join that. Just trying to build a different pipeline to get content to you if you're interested. So once again, there's a link to that down below. Would love to see you in there, and I hope you enjoy the content that'll be coming your way. All right, let's get into number 7. I could have picked a number of fragrances from this collection. I chose this one because I hadn't featured it in a while, and I love it. And I really think it's perfect because it is quite unique. It could have made that other list too, but it really does turn heads. And this one might get people asking about what it is. This is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. I could have chosen the Extreme, which is my newest addition from the collection, but I haven't really given it much wear yet. It's brand new, so I'll have to get back to you on that, but I already love it. If you missed my first impressions on that, make sure you check out that video here. That was a really fun fragrance haul. But this stuff is so beautiful. It is based on a very supple leather note with a lot of sweet cherry, creamy almond, has a vanilla quality to it. Almost gourmand, but that leather does add this more luxurious kind of wearable nature to it. It doesn't just smell like food, and it's unique. This DNA is incredible to me. I think it is underrated, especially for how relatively inexpensive you can buy these fragrances. The quality is fantastic, and it's going to get you smelling so captivating. People are going to want to know what the heck you put on. Again, dressing this one up is going to do wonders. Links down below. L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. Beautiful stuff. Okay, here at number 6, honestly, this could have been higher, but I actually haven't even worn it yet, given a full wearing. I've only tested it on my hand, on paper. Every time I've done so, I love this stuff. So as I get more wearings from it, I will definitely be able to move it up a few notches in other lists. But right now, this is definitely worth checking out, at least putting it on your radar. This is one of the newest releases from Penhaligon's. This is called Halfeti Cedar, from their Halfeti line. They had Halfeti, they had Halfeti leather. This is Cedar. I'm not sure if there's any others. This is gorgeous stuff. This is like a sweet resinous cedar wood. It is balsamic. Again, it has a beautiful rich dark sweetness to it. It has a dry woodiness in there. It's perhaps a little bit smoky, maybe on account of the cedar wood. Lots of cedar wood in here. I think there's 2 different varieties, Atlas and Virginia. There's even some fruitiness from peach. You got a rum note in here, maybe even some spicy saffron. It's quite a rich and complex scent, but it just comes together in a really beautiful blend. People might be drooling when they smell this. This is so elegant. It is so freaking elegant. Halfeti Cedar. This is one of 2 fragrances that Penhaligon's actually did send to me, just to let you know. I'll be talking about the other one in a later video. The other one is a darling favorite from the house that many of you probably already own. But again, this one's pretty new. I definitely recommend sampling it if you can. I'll link to them down below. If you do want to go in on a full bottle, of course, you're welcome to. But at least at the moment, this has my endorsement to check out. This is beautiful stuff. Resinous, ambery, kind of fruity, but dark, woody, sweet, elegant scent. Wonderful stuff. Okay, wow. This one, this is a showstopper. This one might come off a little bit feminine to some guys who are not really into unisex fragrances, but please don't shy away from it. Do try to sample it if you can. This is from Amouroud, the Elixir collection, which is their higher end line. It's a little expensive. They call this Noir Illuminé. What you get out of this is like kind of something similar to Tom Ford Black Orchid. It's in that vibe. Now, funnily enough, Amouroud does have a fragrance. I think it's an orchid-based fragrance that actually is kind of similar to Black Orchid. This one goes in that direction. It is this very kind of dark, sweet, floral fragrance. You do have some plum in here. You have a lot of cardamom. It is quite spicy. It has a chocolatey nuance. So I don't think there's chocolate in here, but I get this chocolatey kind of vibe somewhere in there. And it's very strong. If you're a guy who's not really used to wearing sweeter floral scents that have a darkness to them, then you want to be careful with this because this might wear you. This one, again, is a powerful fragrance, but if you wear it with confidence, people's eyes are going to be looking like this when you approach. And again, they may not say something, but you'll know it. You'll see it on their face. But ladies, for you as well, definitely recommend checking this out. Again, perfectly unisex. Incredible stuff. Really, really good from this collection. Check it out. Amouroud Noir Illuminé. All right, here at number 4. This is a total classic. If you've been watching my videos for a little while, then you already know how much I love this one. And this is definitely something that's going to turn heads for sure. Very elegant stuff. Pasha de Cartier Parfum, released from last year. And this is a very rich and boozy, sweeter take on the original Pasha de Cartier, which is fantastic, from 1992. Total classic, timeless scent. This takes that kind of fougere-like feel, fresh, spicy, aromatic, kind of herbaceous feel, but it removes all the freshness for the most part, and you are left with like a creamy sandalwood. Again, this boozy nuance in there. A little bit of earthiness as it dries, but kind of sweet, rich. Has a little bit of a mature vibe, but really not so much. It doesn't smell quite as dated as the original, if you're concerned about that. But I do recommend checking it out. It is not that expensive. You can find it on the discounters. When it is available, it does usually sell out pretty quick, but it's usually not that expensive. If you've been sleeping on this one, as I always say, wake up. Pasha de Cartier Parfum. Okay, we're into the top 3. 2 of these fragrances are kind of unfair because they are hard to find, so I do apologize. I'm not trying to tease you or anything of the sort, but if you can find them, I recommend getting them, at least sampling them. Here at number 3, from Tom Ford, unfortunately discontinued, a favorite of many. This is Plum Japanese. I've been slowly building my Tom Ford private blend collection, especially some that have been discontinued. Wow, this stuff is special. This is a dark, sweet, juicy plum, but with a balsamic, kind of resinous, woody undercurrent. Quite dark, sweet, dry in the background, but that plum kind of hovers over top. I think it has a little bit of a culinary quality. There might even be some kind of immortelle. It has that very kind of unusual savory quality in the background mixed with the sweetness, but head turning fragrance. As many of Tom Ford's fragrances are, that's what they're going for here. This will do it. Again, kind of hard to find. If you can get your hands on a sample, I recommend it. Wow. I honestly was going to sleep on this one forever until a friend of mine presented it to me for a great price, this full bottle, so I went in on it. I'm glad that I did. That is Plum Japanese from Tom Ford. All right, this one is easy to get, but maybe not so much in this formulation that I have, but still a great fragrance. Nothing new here, but still will turn heads. La Nuit de Long from Yves Saint Laurent. I mean, come on now. I really don't have to say anything about it. I still love it. Every time I smell this, as I have been smelling it for years now, it just warms me all the way down to the soul. I love this stuff. And to this day, it still turns heads when I wear it. People do often ask what it is. Sometimes people will just say, man, that smells incredible. It has a darkness, but a freshness to it, kind of sweet, spicy, aromatic, and it's quite seductive. As you probably already know, definitely something that makes people very happy to be around you. But you already know, and if you don't, check it out. La Nuit de Long from Yves Saint Laurent. Okay, and number 1, I've only given this fragrance one full wearing since I got it, but it's been enough for me to know that this is it. If you saw my last video, then you already know what this is. This is l'Odyssée Noir Ombre from Issey-Miyake. This stuff is incredible. This is such an incredible scent. I honestly was discounting the hype it was getting when it came out, so I never smelled it. I decided to pick it up because Fragrance Buy got it in a very small stock, so I picked one up and they sold out immediately. This completely exceeded my expectations. I cannot wait to wear this around more people. This stuff is gonna kill them. It's so warm, sweet, spicy, smoky, has a dusty feel to it. It has this kind of dark woodiness in the background, just fantastic. Hard to find, so once again, I do apologize for the tease, but if you can get it, I'm just gonna say buy it, just blind buy it. I got this for a great price from Fragrance Buy, so keep an eye on them, they might get it back. I got it for well under $100. This is just great. I'm speechless, and I'm done talking about it. That is L'Odyssée Noir Ombre. So that is it. That is the list. I want to know what fragrances in your collection turn heads when you wear them. As you probably noticed, a lot of these are a little bit more on the elegant side, a little bit more on the upscale side, things you would wear to a nicer occasion when you are dressed a little nicer, not quite like this. But this is a nice shirt, one of my favorites from Into the AM. You can get 20% on it down below. But I want to know if there's any fragrances in your collection that you like to wear in these occasions that you just know as soon as you put it on, like, they better watch out. People's necks are gonna be hurting as you walk by. If you like the video, please like the video. You already know how this goes. Please consider subscribing, join the Fresh Squad, costs you nothing. You can always change your mind later. And once again, my newsletter, brand new, link is down below. Check it out. I hope to see you there. I look forward to sharing some exclusive content with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.